We're going to talk about the difference between paid and organic listings. You may hear some people refer to certain portions of the search results as paid and certain portions as organic. So in order to explain them better and show where they are on the layout of the page, let's look at a couple of examples. So first, let's go to Google and type in a search term such as digital cameras. We are taken to the search engine results page, and we'll notice off to the right here is a section that says sponsored links. Everything over here is considered a paid listing. In the center of the page, scrolling down, is what's called the organic or natural search listings. These listings were found by Google when they went out and crawled the web. And these pages, on this particular page, Google considers to be the most relevant or the most optimized for the search term digital cameras. Now we can see right up here that Google tells us that this first page are the results 1 through 10 of about 62.5 million pages that they've found relevant for the term digital cameras. So we can see that it's very, very competitive. Now for certain search queries, you will also see another block of paid listings right above the organic listings in the middle right here. Sometimes it has a yellow background to make it stand out. Now as we scroll down through the organic listings, we'll see that there are a bunch of different sites listed. Usually most search engines, including Google, will list 10 organic listings per page. Now the biggest difference on the surface between paid and organic listings is that paid, as the name says, requires you to pay to show up there, whereas the natural organic listings you don't have to pay. So that's why many people strive to get as much traffic as possible from the organic listings, because they don't have to pay to drive traffic. Now as we scroll down through the organic listings, you'll notice there's some different blocks of content in here, in addition to the 10 organic listings. So up at the top right here, we see a block of content for shopping results. A little bit farther down on the page, we see a block of content for news results. Now depending on the query, there can also be blocks of content for videos, for photos, for local search results, for blog posts, and other things like that. Now when Google puts these different blocks of content into the organic listings, they call them the universal search results. These can be very useful for someone who's searching because they get in one view on one page a bunch of different types of content that they can look for and look at without having to go up here and search for them each separately, such as under images, videos, news, shopping, etc. The downside to having these different blocks of content in the organic listings is that they push the 10 organic listings farther down on the page. So for our particular query right here, digital cameras, we see that there are only 3 of the 10 organic listings actually visible when you first come to the page. 1, 2, 3. The other 7 organic listings are farther down the page and require you to scroll down to see them. Now, when you come to a page and you first see what's visible, this is what's called above the fold. Everything that's visible above the bottom of the page without having to scroll down. Everything that requires you to scroll down is called below the fold. Now, why you want to be above the fold as much as possible is that it gives you the maximum exposure and visibility. So for this particular search term, digital cameras, it's great to be on the first page, but even better to be one of these top 3 organic listings because they will always be visible above the fold when somebody first comes to the page. Now, when we talk about paid and organic listings, there are some really useful things for the paid listings, even though they require you to pay money to show up there. Paid listings can be very, very useful if you have a brand new website. And the reason is, when you have a new website, it can take anywhere from 6 to 9 months, maybe even a year or more, depending on how competitive the industry is and how optimized your site is, before you start to show up in the search engine rankings and get some organic traffic. So what new site owners will do in the meantime is pay for some paid listings so they can start to drive traffic right away while they continue to work on their site and improve the organic listings. Then over time, as they start to get more traffic and better organic rankings, they may cut back on their paid listings, or they may continue to do it depending on how beneficial it is for them. Now, there have also been some studies about how useful it is for certain sites to have an organic and a paid listing on the same page. That what it does, it helps to really reinforce the brand and show to the searcher that this person or this site is a major player in the market. So for our particular search here, digital cameras, we notice over here in the paid listings that Best Buy has one. And as we scroll down in the organic listings, we'll notice that Best Buy shows up right here. So for this particular search term, Best Buy has one organic listing and a paid listing on the same page. This can really help to reinforce their brand to the person who's searching. Now, the only negative for Best Buy in this particular instance is that their paid listing is above the fold, but unfortunately their organic listing is below the fold. But still, to have them both on the first page is a very good thing. Now, one other thing we wanted to mention about paid listings is that there have also been some studies done that show that when users are closer to buying something, they're more likely to click on a paid listing. Whereas when they're in the beginning search phase of looking for a product or want to research it, they're more likely to click on the organic listings. This isn't always the case, but some studies have kind of shown that out. So that's another feather in the hat for why paid listings are still very good, even if you have good organic listings and results and rankings. So let's look at one other site here to show that how the paid listings and organic listings are very similar, how they're laid out on different pages for different search engines. So let's go to Yahoo and we'll type in the very same search term, digital cameras. Now we can notice here that Yahoo has some paid listings on the right-hand side, but they also have a section of paid listings at the very top. And they have 4 paid listings here, which really pushes the organic listings farther down the page. They also have a shopping results block of content at the very top. So in this particular example for digital cameras, we only see one complete organic listing above the fold right here. There is a second organic listing that is above the fold, a portion of it, but it's cut off. So that means only 1 out of 10 organic listings on this page is going to be visible to a user when they first come here. This makes it even more important to try to get as high of a ranking in the organic listings as possible. So we can see that most search engines have paid and organic listings, and they are required to clearly show if they're a sponsored result or if they're an unsponsored result, so the user can see which listings on the page are paid and which are not. So hopefully these couple of examples have given you a better idea of what are organic listings and what are paid listings and where they are located at on the layout of the different search engine pages.